Oh, hello. How are you tonight? Maid Marian, hello. How are y'all doing? Everyone is doing well? LB, hello. I'm glad you're here, Connie. I have some stuff to show you. Yeah, I'm doing good. But I'm doing good. Cleaning. Except for I sleep too much. It's this chair. It's cursed. Chair is cursed, I'm telling you. Well, anyway, Connie, this is the bottle and jar opener I was telling you about. This thing is fantastic. As you can see, there's grooves, and this lever comes up and it adjusts. And what it does is, of course, you know, this goes on one side, and whatever you want to put it on, and I don't have like a 20-ounce bottle or none, but I just lift it up and get it to where the cap is, you know, and sit it in a groove and just push down, and it's a lever motion, so you don't have to twist your wrist. Just hold the bottle or the jar, and it just comes right out. I mean, just does its job, and it's so easy. Talk to my lawyer. Cutting out again. I don't know why I keep cutting out. Let me bring this forward. Volume's all the way up, and I'm not rocking. Sam Rockwell, hello. Snickerdoodle, hello. Decibel, very cool. Actually lost the one I had. Where did you get that? Get it from, Les? I got it off of Amazon. I just put in bottle opener, and this will be on there. But it's been so handy. I've opened up jars and 20-ounce bottles with it. But you don't have to twist your wrist. It's literally you're pushing. So it's been fantastic for me. This is just one of the things. And then Snickerdoodle, we'll be ordering that. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I don't have to ask anyone to open my pickle jars or Miracle Whip mayonnaise jar, nothing. 20-ounce bottles. It saves you from moving your wrist. Or it, you know, because I don't know, like you, I don't have the hand strength anymore. So that's why I got it. Plus I got a pack of grippies, the round grippy pads. And just in case, you know, which the grandkids have used. Ketchup bottles are the hardest. Yeah, it'll do a ketchup bottle easy. If it can do a 20-ounce bottle, it can do a ketchup bottle. Smash the jar on the wall. Pick the glass out. Also, now this comes in 4 packs. Connie, we'll stack them up, see if you can see them this way. This comes in a 4 pack, and what it is, it's therapy putty. This one is by Crown. I got this off of Amazon. I don't know if you can see it. This is the each one of them have a different resistance. I use the medium soft red. The yellow is the easiest one. It's the softest. Now, the blue and the green one are hard. This blue one is hard, really hard. But what it is, it's therapy putty. This is one of the things my occupational therapist, and she made me mad. She put beads in this one. But what you do is you get it out of your thing. And you, whoops, see, I hate the fact that she put beads in there. I'm going to take them out. Yeah, I can't even grab them. But you're supposed to take the beads, push them in here. And then you sit there and you mush the putty and you find the beads and you take them out. But basically what it does, it gets you to use your fingers. And then after you get all the beads out, you're supposed to tear off a chunk, a little chunk at a time. And like I said, it's got different strengths, so you can choose. And when you tear off a chunk, you're supposed to take your fingers, use all your fingers, it's for your therapy, and roll them into balls. And we try to use my last two fingers because they're the ones that are really I'm having trouble with. And it's part of your therapy to get you to use your hands and get them motivated. So that's a therapy. But you can buy the whole set for $12. Is how much the putties are. Maybe you are supposed to work your way up to those. Whether I work my way up to them, I don't know for myself. Other people may. You're supposed to work your way through. You really are. So, but it's to keep your hands mobile. Little Miss, hello. Hodgepodge is a good Jeopardy word. Yes, it is. I had that stuff when I had surgery on my wrist. Yeah. Those wouldn't be allowed in the women's prison. I used to make penis out of mine. But they're $12 for the set. You can only buy them in set that I saw. But this is part of the occupational therapy. So I just wanted to show you those couple things because I do have to make videos on the physical therapy part. Which seems to be working because I've been trying to walk through my house without my cane. And now I did a little bit ago. I got up and I went around and walked down the hallway, and I tried to go right down the middle of the hallway, but I still noticed myself. I don't lean against the walls or nothing, but I'll put my hand out and touch them. But still, I'm doing much better than I was. I got that off of Amazon also. I just put in therapy putty. Try CBD. It's good for your joints or regular weed. Why at 44 I can still dunk a ball. Talked to my lawyer's office and her assistant said, congratulations, you've been approved fully. Still have not heard from SSD though. Awesome. When I heard from Social Security was after everything was over with, and I had my first check, and that's when I got my letter from Social Security. Canes are kick-ass cool though. Yeah, they are because they can be used as weapons. All kidding aside, Les, you ever tried weed with a high CBD count? Helps you relax. Oh yeah, I've smoked weed. I can smoke it today if I really wanted to. um, but I don't. I smoked it for a short period of time, like 3 or 4 months, and then I stopped. Of course, that was during the time that I um fell off the wagon the last time, and so I don't want to correlate. I don't want to smoke it and correlate it with the drinking. I just stay away from it. That putty looks so interesting. I thought it was going to be stupid, and in a way, I mean, even when the therapist is here and I'm doing it, of course we talk and everything, but I'm like, but I'll be honest with you, I hate the fact that she put beads in it, but I understand why she did it. There's only like 10 beads in there, you know, but it's to help you feel for it, and plus it helps you stay interested in doing what you need to do with your fingers. So, um, help all your joints. I don't have a problem with my joints. The boss is 80. He loves because he can move better. Only high CBD with a low THC. Dale said, "Yeah, I was wondering if it caused you to drink. Do you buy the beads separate? You can. She just happened to have, like, she had her own set of putty, and then I bought mine, and she wasn't sure if it came or not. And she happened to have beads, and she there. She threw about 10 in there. She had little squares with the letters on it. It has bigger ones, smaller ones. I think it's to help you stay focused on what you're supposed to do with your fingers. Um, when you flatten it all out, and then when you tear off and you do the balls, um, make little balls out of the putty. There's no beads in those. You just gotta make little balls. But yeah, you can buy the beads separate. I didn't because I really didn't want no beads in there, but I just haven't thrown them away yet. But who knows? I might even keep them in there. They have lotion with C in it to help your hands. It's not. You can use beans. Never thought of that. Or rice, I guess. I find it very difficult to pick up Advil from the table using pincher movement. Could not could not do it. That's what it's supposed to help you. Like I was trying to pick that beat up, and I said I can't even pick the damn thing up. That's what it's supposed to help you with. And it's like I was trying to tell Sam, it's not really my joint. I don't have pain in any of my joints in my body. Um, but like with my hands are deformed now, and so they don't work right. They get more and more deformed. Now I do have a brace. See, this is as straight as I can get them. Hands are now deformed. I do have a brace in there that's supposed I'm supposed to have on. I could have it on during the day, but I said I might as well wear it at night. I'm not doing as much, trying to do as much, I should say. Um, that is supposed to keep my fingers straight. And I paid $31 just for one. It was for my right hand, and it's not working so well. So I got to find another brace that'll actually keep my fingers straight. Um, Your spasm easily. Same here, especially my thumb. Anna Grissom, hello. We all pray for my friend Wayne. He is critical with COVID. Hate to hear that. Really do. Pray for Anna's friend. My thumbs will spasm easily, and I have to physically take them and straighten them out, things like that. But that is the weirdest feeling, spasms. Yeah, and it hurts when it spasms. It really does. I hope he pulls through, Shady. Says Dale. My feet spasm easily. Easy. The toes. Um, he has a. Anna says he has a slot channel. Wayne a slot. Everyone. Sam says calf spasms hurt the worst. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. And I hate it when it goes to town, cause. But Connie, I wanted to show you those couple things. Um, I figure if I find something that'll make my life easier, maybe it would make your life easier. I got my 2 pound weights, which I'm going to be showing you. The exercises the occupational therapist is having me do with the 2 pound weights. Calf spasms will wake you out of a dead sleep. No kidding. I really appreciate it, Les. Not a problem. And I still need to do the videos on the actual physical therapy that the physical therapists to get you to walk straight, to retrain your body to how to think, um how to it's like you said, you have to retrain your body how to walk, so you have to retrain your mind, and that's what these are for. So I still got to do the videos on those. I found my tripod, so I can put the camera on there, so yay. um oh, Anna's eating fried ice cream. That is so wrong. I got me a small dish of ice cream and Snickerdoodle. He was in here. I went out and bought Snickerdoodles, the soft ones. So I had me a small dish of ice cream and I grabbed me 2 Snickerdoodles. Oh, it was so good. So everything that I can find, and like I said, I left it at the kitchen table. The magnetic thing with the balls, you just sit there. It'll. I just got a little one. Set on my table, and you know it keeps your hands moving and things. Um, so it just anything that will help keep your hands moving. Right now we're trying to keep my hands from getting worse, and we're trying to find a brace that will actually brace my hand fingers down to make them straight. Um, and keep them from getting worse. Ticker laughing. Yummy, right? Yes, it was. It was so good. I told Fran. Now, I told her, I said I'd like to have some snickerdoodles. Well, she went to Walmart, got me theirs, and they were so hard. I was like, suck. But she went to Kroger. They are soft ones. Yes. It is in a tortilla from Mexican place. Yeah, when you make fried ice creams like baked Alaska. Baked Alaska is made in the oven. It's ice cream, but it's got coating on it. Same thing. Um, I always called it Frosted Flakes because that's what it reminds me on the outside of fried ice cream. It always reminded me of Frosted Flakes, but it's got a coating on it, and you don't fry it forever. You only fry it for so long, and then boom. So, but I always called the covering. But ooh, I want some Frosted Flake covered ice cream. Cornflakes, yeah, you say cornflakes too. I love corn. I really do. People think I'm crazy, but cornflakes, Rice Krispies, I love them. I really do. I used to love Boo Berry, Count Chocula, and they only come out now like at Halloween. But it's not the same as it was when I was growing up. You know, the pre take off the shelf because of the blueberry, whatever was wrong with the blueberries and Boo Berry. Um, Cereal is just not like it was when I was growing up. And they're named differently. Like Super Sugar Crisp is now Super Golden Crisp. I used to love Super Sugar Crisp as a kid, and then the government steps in and they had to do all this shit. It's not even the same. It's not. Not. So I don't barely even eat cereal anymore, but I do still like. They haven't messed with flakes or Rice Krispies, so there you go. You know, those not change. I don't even know if Frosted Flakes changed. I haven't even. I'm talking years now. I like honeycomb thorough, but I like to eat it just plain like chips. I'll just put it in a little Tupperware bowl. I don't even. Golden Grams taste the same. I have had Golden Grams, and they do taste the same. Buddy, I'll tell you what though, Golden Grams, you gotta eat them things quick, or they're just gonna be a big bowl of for real. But I do like Golden Grams, and half the time I eat those plain. So, anywho, so has anybody got anything interesting they want to talk about right now? Am I still fading in and out? I know I'm rocking and everything. Because if not, I got a couple things just for. I think everybody left. Did everybody leave me? For real? Hello? Wh- Hmm. Think they all left me. Fade Mary. No, you weren't fading in and out anymore. Oh, is it because I stopped rocking? Uh, Pipe game. Hello. How are you? When Mama is acting up, sometimes I give her a bowl of grape nut cereal so her gums bleed because she has no teeth. Anna says, no handle, no hands, a mess. Snickerdoodle's going, I'm still here. Um, Rocking doesn't seem to make a difference. I was gonna say, I've been in the chair rocking before and people didn't complain about going in and out. Christy Alvarez just got here, so hello. Hello, Christy Alvarez. Sam Rockwell going, wow. Yeah, pipe game, he does his thing. I'm so used to it. So, okay. So, um one of the things that I think helps put me to sleep while I'm in this chair is I play a game um that that it's a jungle island game that I play online. And to sign into that, I go to their main um app desk or whatever. And when I sign in through the Facebook app. So people think that I'm on Facebook when I'm really not. I'm actually playing a game, but when I'm playing this game, I listen to I have several windows open and I listen to other things. And Orion Grays, hello. My dessert was messy. Sam says, those video games will keep you up. Um, well, just depending on what game it is. But I listen to other things. And one of the things I listen to is, I should say, a couple of sites that I listen to a whole bunch. But a couple of them is one is called Mortis Media, and the other one's called oh I can't I can't believe I can't remember it. He has two channels. This one guy has two, both of them. I can't think of it right away. So I listen to them. They stimulate your brain too much sleep. Not me. I'll go to sleep right in the middle of it. Um, Try Let's Read. Mortis Media is the guy with the English accent. Yes, he is, and he tells a bunch. He's a narration um site, and so he narrates the stories, all kinds of stories, but they're creepy stories. Okay, and so one of the areas that he does narrations for is cryptids and things like that. The Black Eyed Kids, um, and all different types of cryptids. He does do horror stories in the woods, horror stories about cops, EMTs, um, and he does demonic stuff, which I don't listen at all. Um, Why they are narrations with animation. Mortis, I haven't seen any. He doesn't seem to have any animation. His screen is just black when he narrates. Um, Let's Read is creepy, especially park ranger ones. Proud, Proud Momo, hello, or Proud Mama, hello. Um, yeah, they do ones on park rangers and stuff. But Mortis Media is he has an English accent, so in his stories that he reads, um, it could be from anywhere in the world, not just America, but um, Europe and you know, parts of Asia, um, South America. So his can be, and people will write into him. Let's Read is the best one of all. Trust me. Okay, so Sam is suggesting a channel called Let's Read. I've never heard of it, but you know, Sam says the best one of all. I personally don't even watch the animation because I'm usually playing a game when I'm listening, but I fall asleep to it. And of course, I'm the dumb one who puts it, who suggests, who will sit there and look at their playlists, and I'll just play the whole entire playlist. So it's playing for hours while I'm sleeping. Um, and I wake up to it, and I'll fall back to sleep to it. Wake up to it, fall back to sleep to it. Sarah, hello. So anyway, that reminded me when I said the paramedic, the EMT one. The animations, the animations are the scariest. I I don't even look at the video. I never did. I started listening to them when I was doing my dominoes on the table. I would listen to it on my phone. Now I have them on my computer. What lies beneath and what lies above? Another one. Well, anyway, that reminds me when I said that they do, scary stories, EMT stuff. Now, this one is true, and it wasn't on those sites. I actually, it was a news coverage of this guy. They found this guy. All the thing he had on was his boxer shorts, walking, um, along a highway, um, and they found him in a parking lot right there where the highway is, stuff. And cop found him first, ended up calling EMT, and the EMTs got him into the ambulance. And there was 3 ladies on the EMT team. This was news coverage, so this is true. And they released the footage. And the way they treated this guy, it comes to find out that this guy, he was schizophrenic and something else, and he hadn't been taking his meds, and so he was not aware of anything that was going on. And the way they treated him was pure shit. Pure shit. I was like, you guys consider yourself EMTs. This one lady was bitching. She's like, look, you gotta let us take care of you. I want to go home. This and that. Well, the guy wasn't really being super compliant. He didn't know what was going on, and he was scared. So the cop got mad, took him out of the ambulance, and put him in his car, took him to the edge of town, and dropped him off. Well, I think it was an hour later, he got a call. The guy got hit by a car and died. And come to find out, he was a schizophrenic and something else was going on with him. And his family was looking for him. And he was dead. Because they didn't care. When I saw this news, I was just stunned. Because these EMTs did not take care of him at all. They were pretty much yelling at him, is what they were doing. Even I knew, as a layperson watching the video, knew that there was something wrong with the guy. They smelled no alcohol on him, yet they kept saying he was drunk. And it wasn't the case at all. Cops are responsible for him. Exactly. So, 2 of the EMTs were fired. 1 was just put on leave. The cop was fired. And the family's going after the cop and the EMTs for what they did to this guy. And he was young. He was only 20-some years old. And he was actually a very smart guy. I forget what he went to college for, but he was an athlete. He when he was taking his meds and he was fine, he was actually a productive member of society. He just hadn't taken his meds and he snuck out of the house. So yeah. Now, to me, because everybody was wanting to get off shift, they just didn't care about this guy that was obviously, he had issues. Why they didn't take him to the hospital anyway for evaluation is beyond me. But for the cop, the cop was just going to arrest him at first. And, ouch, hold on. I I can't put my cigarettes out normal. I have to hands. Well, anyway, why they didn't? So they were going to. The cop was going to arrest the guy at first. How the EMTs can't tell? The EMTs should look at the cop and said, "There's something wrong with him." They didn't even notice it, and I'm like, "How in the hell did you even become an EMT?" You know, that's so often true. The nature of schizophrenia is that they think that the meds make them sick. Exactly. Round table, hello. Hello, Les. I just wanted to pop in and say hello before I go to sleep. Well, I'm glad you did. Hello, hello. So, you know, it makes you wonder, what the hell? What did they have any training? I know the EMTs here, they have to go to I don't want to say it's I don't want to say college because it's not actual college, but it's beyond a trade school. In order to even be an EMT, the same way with being a cop, they have to go college for that. Here, I don't know um about anywhere else, but um, you know, I mean, even as a layperson, all you had to do look at the guy and tell that there was seriously something wrong with him mentally, you know. Um, let's see. Roundtables is at Anna. Hello, sweetie. And Anna asks, "How old are your kids now?" Sam Rockwell says 1 or 2 years. I'm not sure. Sure. Sarah says, "I'm pretty sure that an EMT program takes a couple months. Being a licensed paramedic takes much longer." Yeah. So yeah, it does. As a matter of fact, um, and they don't get paid much. They really don't. At least not here. They don't get paid at all. I know some EMTs. I know some paramedics and stuff, and they don't get paid. They really don't. Um, now luckily, um, when we've called, we've had actual we haven't had EMT. We've actually had paramedics um come take care of me every time I call. Thank God. I just happen to know them. A couple of them I've known them since I was 17. Only because I knew like the one knew I knew him and his brother back then. They're twins. Um, you know, and even Michelle know him. I mean, they're just a couple great guys anyway. Um, the roundtable says my daughter is 11, oldest son is 5, baby gremlin is 2. Sarah says most of them do it as a second job because it's so low paid. Yeah, yeah, and they don't. They should get paid more. Wow, where'd time go? Yeah, I know. Where does time go? Damn, I tell you what, when there's kids around, it flies. Sam says 9% of their calls are drunk people with crap smeared on them. Roundtable says, Anna, that's what I keep saying to myself. Um, yeah, but this guy, all you had to do was look at him, and it almost brought me to tears. It made me angry as can be. I'm like, those three ladies. I'm like, why are you even in this field? You showed absolutely no empathy whatsoever, or sympathy, or anything. Um, I've never experienced that. Maybe they do that. I hope that's not a norm. I really do. Because it would be a sad state if it is a norm. Um, Although I have to admit, they do send out questionnaires and everything here, whether you at the hospital or whether you use the fire department, ambulance, you know, no matter what, the courtesy ambulances, everything, they send out questionnaires. I must have filled out 100 of them, and so they do take that into account. And so my area has got like a 90% good job, you know. Um, so I am, I do feel, um, I do feel safe that way. And there's a one of the fire stations in Newark, um, who I guess they do competitions, um, with other cities, and they were ranked number. So I don't know which station that is. I don't. I've only had to use Newark ambulance once, but you know, uh, my niece will be 18 in April. Says Anna. Sam says it's like that Nicolas Cage movie, Bringing Out the Dead. 90%. Okay, I did get it. So yeah, I hope that's not the norm for everybody out there. I realize, my town is the only town that I can judge by, but I don't know about everybody else's towns out there. Um, but that was just a ridiculous situation. It ended up in a death that did not need. Of course, there's a lot of deaths that do not need to be out there. Um, Simply because of people's lack of sympathy or caring in any way, shape, or form. They don't think. People don't think. You know. It's like they seriously they go from 0 to kill in less than 0.1 second. Um, People's their minds lately in the past how many years, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. They're nice and bam and cute, hubba hubba. It's amazing to me. It really is. It's a sad state when it comes to something like that. Really. Um. So anyway, back to what I was originally talking about, but I reminded myself of this EMT story when I was going down the list of type of stuff that Mortis Media narrates. Um, I just thought that was a sad story, and why? Why that did not need to be. Why? My heart goes out to the family. My heart always goes out to families who have family members who are victimized by our own uh, emergency services that is supposed to care. And that's why I said if you can support, um, your local police department, fire department, which includes the paramedics, if you can support your emergency services, I mean, support them 100%. Um, because they're the background heroes. You don't think about them unless you need them. But by golly, they better be there when you need them. So my thing is then support them, whether you need them at that moment or not, because you never know your family member. um, you know, you could need them. So support them 100%. No, um, they couldn't be nicer. I mean, let's face it, like the paramedics that come for me, they know who I am. Literally. They're like, "Oh, I remember when you lived in the apartments." Yeah. They remember me. Um, and when they care enough where if you're in, like I was in the ER and waiting to go to my room, and they would walk by and see me, and then they would come in and check on me and say, "How you doing?" And they would look at the monitor and say, they know. That says something. It really does. And there's one I always call the little boy next door, and it seems like the older he gets, the younger he looks. and he knows that's how I know him. I can't remember his name. I just call him the little boy next door because he always looks so young. And which I know he's married, he's got kids. Oh my god! It, but when they care enough to look in on you when they didn't even bring you in, that says something to me. And I'm sure I'm not the only one they do that for, but they do remember. Um, they were there for me and my mom. Yeah, they. So I always say support them, and also Children's Hospital. I can't say enough for supporting your children's hospital. I know the one here in Columbus is fan freaking tastic, and the Ronald McDonald House is just phenomenal. Um, they really, man, because I guess they know that most of the children who go there have something really really wrong, and if it's bad enough and critical enough to where your family needs to stay there, um the facilities are excellent, um and they're just so caring, and they're all about when they don't even know your child except for that moment when they're there taking care of them. And I remember when Casey died, um they just bawled, and they let mom and dad have as much time. They let the family have as much time as needed. And Casey was so and um and I cannot say enough doctors and even the nurse aides. I cannot say um about our children's hospital, and I'd like to think that all children's hospital um are like that. And with the Ronald McDonald House, I the facilities there, wow, talk about comfort. um if you have children, there's things there for your kids, activities, games and things, and the rooms, bedrooms, the kitchen, everything. You can do your laundry there. Um, it's just fantastic. You can go visit your sick child, and they have babysitting. I always give um to the Children's Hospital and Ronald McDonald House. As a matter of fact, um, one year it was before I moved here. I think it was 2012. My sister and I did a huge drive, And I just from the I knew ended up so much. Did a huge drive for Children's Hospital. Oh my God, we had to get a truck. My place was packed with things that out and bought and donated. Um, it was probably the biggest Christmas drive we've ever done. It was a couple of the slot channels praised my things. Sarah says I've given money to St. Jude before I knew them. My Girl Scout leaders, husband, wife, lost a child to. Oh man. Sarah says, however, that place enabled her to have 6 extra years with her. Awesome, awesome. Sarah said, toy drive. Yeah, we did. We had toys, food, books. Because believe it or not, that's one of the requests. Was books and blankets and things like that. And yeah, God, my place was packed. My living room was so full of stuff that you know, um, people just went out and bought stuff and donated. I had a lady call me, and oh my God, she backed her car up and plugged it all into my house. I saw a thing on the news about a little boy with probably terminal cancer who um, initiated a toy drive. I donated to their GoFundMe. Awesome. Awesome. See, people don't know, my sister and I, we would actually do at Christmas, Thanksgiving and Christmas, we would pick a family or, this year, that year we did hospital, and we would actually get things um for that family. And with my sister, knew families that were in need, such as one year this family had nothing but bad luck. Um, their car, they only had one car. It started out, and it broke down. They couldn't afford to get it fixed. Then the next week, their whole entire place burnt. So all they had, and they had 3 kids. So all they had was themselves, 3 kids, and their clothes on their car. They didn't have funds. So Cheryl told me about it, and oh my God, I know they had no problem getting furniture. We ended up getting the 3 kids beds. Um, but the parents were fine with that. They didn't have. We couldn't get them one. Um, which the parents were fine with that. Their kids were able to have beds. We got them clothes, furniture, refrigerator. Um, bought them um um food. We filled up their um cupboards and refrigerator, freezer with food. Um, got them everything from silverware to plates, cups, um, blankets, clothes. Um, we just they needed everything. We ended up getting their car fixed. Um, and they got the car fixed, and one of the tires went flat. So my sister just flat out paid for that. You know, we would just do that. One year, family, um, the dad got sick, and he was an older gentleman. The man and the woman was an older gentleman, and they had 13 kids, and they adopted 11 of them, and every one of those kids was a special need. They had 2 of their own, So, like Les, I was couponing crazy back then. Like, Les, is there anything we can do? And I said, well, they need. And by golly, um, just my part alone, um, me and Cheryl, they had a lot of shit just between me and my sister, and that isn't what was volunteered. And we don't ask for a lot from each person. We figure if everybody would donate just like one thing or whatever, that's our thing, just one thing. And most people would donate two or three, which I thought was fantastic. Um, but those kids, and like I said, every one of them was needs, but one of them, this was so weird how this happened. One of them was a major hockey fan, and he loved that. Well, it turned out a friend of mine moved. She ended up selling her house, and her um, husband and son were major hockey fans. Well, um, the one son that was a hockey fan, he ended up dying, but he had died years ago. He had all their stuff, and so said, "Do you know anybody who likes hockey?" She says, "If not, I'm going to throw this in the dumpster." And I was helping her clean out her house, me and Cameron. And I said, "You know what? I know a kid that is a major hockey fan." And so, I mean, hockey trading cards, hockey equipment, pictures, um, framed pictures of players and stuff. And so he got a hell of a Christmas with hockey shit. Apparently he loved it. Um, you know, but it's just so weird how that turned out, and I was like, God wanted that to happen. God wanted that one to happen. Um, and it says my apartment is 67. The temperature is higher outside. There says my old town had a good news Christmas project, and I used to help with that. Awesome. I also bought their Christmas Christmas paper and wrappings when I heard how much they spent on them. I would buy stores out when they went to 3% off. That's the best time to get stuff when it's that cheap. Ours never go to 90%. Most of it goes to 75%. Hey, still, I'll take it. Take it. So, I have to admit, my sister and I used to do this together. That was one of the reasons why I liked having the truck. Um, because you could put everything in there, you know, heck of a lot easier. Um, is it, you know, I just can't imagine living in a world where there's no empathy or compassion for the next person. I really can't. I've actually had a couple people contact me and say, Les, I have this and this. You know anybody who could use it? And sometimes I can say yes, sometimes no. Um, I haven't been able to the past couple years do that kind of stuff. Um, and it really upsets me because Thanksgiving that I really, really like, and I've not done it for. Um, but if you guys can do, spread it around. It's not that hard. There's always somebody in need, always someone whose house is down or flooded out or void, or there's plenty of people whose dire need now, especially, um, who could use things. Um, so There says 1 month after Christmas, stores would do that. Month after Christmas here, you have nothing. And I had to turn the heat on. We had tornado yesterday in Bam, Alabama, that killed a 14-year-old boy. Dang. What the hell is Alabama doing with tornadoes? Even if all a person can donate is a box of crayons or a can of soup, anything helps. Exactly. And at school time, buy 24 pack of crayons for 50 cents. you know, um, I used to make my mom buy like $5 worth and just put it in the box because they have the like a Walmart or donated. Not like you can't afford. Come on now, $5 worth of this. So I said, used to spend hundreds of dollars on me, girl, and the boys for our schools. And 20. Good question. That's the deep south for you. Yeah, we have a lot of them. In Nada Alley. Yeah, but at this time of year, I mean, really, that'd be like me getting a turn. And people say climate change isn't an issue or isn't a problem. Really, really. Ever experienced thunder snow? I have. It's freaky. We have. I. God, this is a few years back, but I was shocked. I was like, "Are we having a thunderstorm?" I was like, 2011 was the worst. Temperature was 70. Ugh. I would love for 70-degree weather. I want to open up my windows so bad. I really do. Love to have 70. Yeah, but when you have the South having tornadoes at this time of year, which this is not tornado season. What the hell? And then you got people saying climate. There is no such thing, climate change. You got a whole freaking island off of in Virginia, that is literally going under because of rising sea levels. Come on. Last time you were on, I mentioned a water leak in my bathroom. Yeah, with it coming through the heater vent in the ceiling. Yeah, did they fix that? They finally checked it out today. I live on the first floor, and it was from the kitchen sink of the people on the third floor. Oh my god. Gotta be kidding me. I hope they fixed it. They're gonna have to fix all third, second, and first floor. Guess they should have come out. I was hot to trot about this and the delay, but I didn't feel so bad when they told me what they're going to have to do. Are they going to have to tear apart your ceiling and go up and everything? Or fix your ceiling and your vent, get you a new vent? They were going to shut the water off to their unit and the household will have to move out because other thing. I remember one Christmas Eve, um, that their cabinets will have to be replaced. Fixing my ceiling will be next. Better. I remember one Christmas Eve, I'm sitting here and kept hearing the water drip, and I just happened to look, and I was like, "Well, it's not dripping from the faucet. Maybe it's just her drip, drip." Turned the light on, and my floor was soaking wet. Looked up, and there was a bunch of water in my light. Shut the light back off. There was a water leak upstairs, and the girl that lived upstairs, she was gone for the weekend. So I called her landlords, and I was like, "There's something going on upstairs because there's a bunch of water on my floor." I had to put a bucket there, and this guy was so cheap. He only thing he did in our apartment was he took the, the shade thing off the light, dump had the water come through, and he said, just let it dry out and you'll be all right. And I said, if I flick that on, is it gonna kill us? Because you know, we need our light, and there's a bunch of wires right there. I'll just let it dry out. As far as I know, it's just a mother and daughter living there. I asked her if she detected a problem, and she didn't. Apartment management was going to call her at work and explain. I'm guessing that her renter's insurance should cover a motel, and if not, they'll provide a voucher. They wouldn't come out yesterday because we were getting ice, and that small island in Virginia is actually receding into the ocean because of beach erosion. Yeah. Sarah lives in Iowa. Hannah says you like it. Must love it. She lives in Iowa. I think Sarah needs to come live out by me. We need to hang out. That's what I think. I'm trying to get everybody to move to Iowa. Uh, I'm close enough to the big city and far enough away to where I ain't gotta. This and not city where I grew up. Town. Liz, I do hope I get to meet you in real life someday. I hope so. I hope so. It's just that I don't travel well, but it would be nice. There's a lot of people in life. I really, really would. Um, like I said, I'm close enough to Columbus to where I can go do everything and anything I want to do in Columbus, but yet far enough away to where I don't have to worry about the Columbus crap. And I'm just outside of city limits. Which is like I said, I've done videos of my city, and I've went down the main drag of my city, and it took 10 minutes. That's with lights. There's um there's 80 million restaurants. So um, but uh, I love my little city. Really, I keep saying little city. It's not a backwoods town or nothing. It's just that Heath and Nurk are they're sister cities, but they're different. You can tell the line where Heath You really can. Heath is a lot cleaner. And Heath has a lot more open space as far as housing. Um, we have housing here in the city, but Heath is big, big enough to where, you know, get all over Heath where the housing is, the housing limits are, um, is pretty spacious. I miss Mobile being 45 minutes, says Anna. I remember when you did that, says Sarah. Yeah, um, so you can pretty much. Nurk's got is a lot denser. Um, and Nurk's got a lot of mom and pop shops. Um, and they're in places where you expect it, and there's restaurants. But if you don't know they're there, you won't find it. God, excellent food. Oh my god. Um, they really do. But I'm close enough to Columbus where everything. See, and I don't mind traveling anywhere between 25 to 40 minutes to get anywhere because when I lived in West Virginia, you had to travel that anyway to get anywhere. So to me, that's nothing new. I mean, even if when I lived in Columbus, if like say I lived I lived almost smack dab in the middle, and then I moved north part, and even living in the north part of um, if I wanted, even if I go to the fairgrounds or what, it would take you a good half hour, and to get there because of traffic. So to me, it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. The picnic building still empty. And we've got golf courses crazy. I think we've got like 3 or 4, which is a lot for the size that I live in. But yeah, me. It's no big deal. Like travel half hour to Lancaster, go to the drive-in. Travel half hour to go to Zanesville. So used to it. Yeah, I like my little. I really do. Like I keep telling Doc. Doc keeps threatening to come out here and move because they really don't care. Like if you have a service dog, they really don't care. Okay, Doc has to fight to get anywhere here. They're like, oh, service dog friendly. You know, um, I know the Walmart that I'm at, and Deondo, if she was in here, she'd tell you, and she said it before. They really don't care. If you have a service dog, they understand. Gonna kick you out. It's not like down in West Virginia, like Walmart down there, like, okay, these people treat their dogs like they're real. And so we're like, really? You know, but we still didn't kick them out. Here, people just don't bring their dogs unless they're service dogs. They don't care in Alabama either. Yeah, the doc always has a problem. Always. I'm like, dude, just like when I went to Dollar Tree for one of my things, and so on the way out, I happened to see the sign, service dog friendly. They have a sign out there, and I did that for him. Video. Dog, I thought of you. Um, there here. I like to take them to task if they have. I just think it's funny that McDonald's has braille menus available through the drive-through. Um, and then when you ask for one, you have to go inside. And I'm like, but you have them available at the drive-through, but you have to come inside. Well, you have them available. It's right there, available upon request. We wanted to get out of the car, we would have gotten out of the car. You know. So now they have something for hearing impaired. I forget what the sign says for that, so I'm gonna have to test that one out. But yeah, my town. And the cops are pretty cool. I have to admit. Now the Heath cops um are very friendly. They really are. They'll talk to you if you have any questions, or they'll mess with you. You know, they'll they they like to interact. Don't piss them off. Don't be a criminal, because even the career criminals that we have here in Heath and Nurk, they would be rather be arrested by the Nurk cops than Heath, because the Heath cops will make you cry. They will hit you. The Heath cops, they don't play like that. They like a nice town. They like a safe town. They don't like people going around being they you're a criminal. I feel sorry for you. I really do. And everybody knows it. And but they're they are out. You can find them. And I've never seen a cop at a donut. Never. You might see them at Circle K, which is like a Dairy Mart convenience store. Getting coffee. Nobody charges them for their coffee, and I don't even charge them. I worked there years and years and years ago. I didn't even charge them for fountain. Adrian Nicole, hello. Oh my G, you're on still. Hi, it's Adrian in Colorado Hugs. Hello. How are you? Yes, I am on still. Um, I know people have horror stories about their cops stuff, and like I said, they just don't like criminals. They don't like people breaking the law. They really don't. Other than that, like I can call the Heath Police Station right now and ask them to come over and do an interview. Now they'll say they'll try to have an officer come over, but if not, you're more than welcome to come in and do an interview or whatever. They're really great about that. I know when I was doing science fair projects, school, and when I did papers, high school, they were fantastic. I went in, mom brought me. I was in middle school, and when I over there, they were fantastic to do interviews with. They would give you of information. They would let you use their stuff that they have. Even when I was middle school, the science fair projects, I was allowed to take things from their station to use as displays and stuff for my projects, and of course we returned them. but they were fantastic. Um, and so they want the interaction. I have not been able to be on. Glad you're still talking. You're the best. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you came. And it's just a shame. I wish all police stations, I really do. I wish everyone could have a situation where I live where they really, like with the Heath police station, where they could give a shit. Um, if you're walking down the street, doesn't matter if you're black, white, they don't care. If it's midnight and you're walking down the street, they will not bother you. They do not care. Seen it, done it. They don't care. Because you're not doing anything. You know, like that one cop, I forget his name. He's retired now, but he's like, "What am I gonna do? Arrest you for what? Just walking down the street?" He said, "You're not doing anything wrong." Um, no, Lord knows. I used to ride my bike, and I'd be out there at 11 o'clock at night. They'd just ride your bike. What am I gonna do? You're riding your bike. He said that would be stupid. You know, they really don't care. Um, they just don't want people breaking the law, which is good, which is what they should care about. Those that are breaking the law. True, I homeschool my son is in 8th grade. He would add up projects with the police department. Yeah, they are so fan, and I really do wish more people would have the experience that I've had. That's why I'm so pro police. I don't have to worry about big city stuff or, country. I shouldn't say country, but um, places where the police they're just so prejudiced. I don't have to worry about that. Even even with Rain and her family, with the Heath police, they don't have to worry about that. Now the Nerk police, another situation. Nerk police will there. I could be walking down the street or riding my bike, even as a white person, a white woman, be like, "What are you doing?" I'm riding my bike. Where are you going? Where's your home? Here. Okay. I mean, they'll ask you 50 questions. Heath police is like, no, which you're not. You're not doing anything. So, I just wish more people grew up like I did, you know. But I'm not stupid. I know it does happen in a lot of jurisdictions. And that's what's so sad about it. Is there a way to fix it? I don't think defunding the police want to fix it. But I think reminding and sending these police officers, first of all, I think the police officers that are training now, I think they should be trained longer and things drilled into their head. And those that are on the beat, I think they should be brought in and they should have things drilled into their head. And I believe police chiefs also, higher ups, they've got to understand it doesn't matter. Citizen of the United States has the right to walk down the street at whatever time of day or night. They have that right. They have that right to go jogging. Maybe it's the only time. I know I've seen videos of a couple and who were black who all it was their only time. All they were doing was jogging, and they would get picked up, or they would get stopped and asked. And guys, look, I'm on my jog. I just got off work. You know, it's the only time I have to exercise. I need to get out. They ran just blow off steam for the um the one situation where one cop had seen him and he was doing nothing but doing his jogging. Second cop is the one who stopped him. And so finally the first cop said jogging, you know. Um I really think that they need to go back and get some schooling. Now, how many people here? I don't know about you guys, but I mean, here when I would go out and I drove at night, I would see people walking. The only thing I used to get pissed at, still get pissed at, is if you're out running, walking, or riding your bike at night. Don't wear all black. Have some reflective coloring. You know, have something reflective. Um, Especially there's no lights going. There's only a couple lights, and that's people personally put that on their property. Not because the city did it, because people personally put that on their property. There's only a couple. Other than that, it's black. So you guys go out there wearing all black clothing, nothing reflective, and then if you step in front of a car, it's the car's fault. The car hits you. That never did seem right to me at all. At all. Some people think they're safer if other people can't. That is not true. Exactly. I actually hit a guy, and he had to have been, and took off the passenger mirror of my truck. He was wearing all black and stepped out onto the road on a curve. He was at a park, but to get to this park, you have to go down a hill. That's the whole side of this park. Curve is parents' house. He came up on off that hill and stepped right into the road, and I hit him. He said he was okay. I slammed the car. I slammed on the brakes, put the truck in park right there in the middle of the curve. Running back, I'm okay. Offered taking the hospital how many times. Um, but he was wearing all black. Didn't even see him. Didn't even see him. You know, yeah. Wear something reflective. One thing I always got, and it's always driver's fault. I'm sitting here thinking, no, it's you that is walking. Yeah, at least have a reflective vest on or something. You know, that's but people have a right to. They have a right to. Who said that you had to be in your home by 9 o'clock at night, ready for bed? Don't recall that being. We don't have a law like. We don't have a law that says you're not allowed to walk. Because you're always going to find people walking around. I could probably go downtown on a square and probably find. That's just. I think drivers get the blame for a lot of things they should not. I'm just rambling because nobody else is really saying anything. Um. Oh yeah. Started out at the beginning of. um. Is God is. See, it shows you how much mine just goes here to there to there to there. Is the cryptids. Um. Get back to that. So Mortis Media is one that I actually um and so and um a channel called What Lies Above, What Lies Beneath. He has both of them. I forget the guy's name. You know. Um so Mortis Media has plenty of playlists like that. And he does all kinds of cryptid. Now there I was listening, which is starting to make a small comeback, and it's Slender Man. Now, as far as I knew, Slender Man had the story of Slender Man and the fascination was had went by the wayside when that one girl was killed because of Slender Man. She was killed by her two friends, or I think she was killed. And they were saying Slender Man told her. I thought after that, excuse me, I thought after that it went by the wayside, but I guess Slender Man is starting to make a small comeback. Now, I normally wouldn't care, you know, but the that fact that Slender Man, story of Slender Man, had affected girls so much that another girl was killed for because of it. That's what has me. Story. I mean, you don't hear people going out and killing someone for Bigfoot, you know, or because of Dogman, because of a Wendigo, or you don't hear that, but you did for Slender Man, and that is my concern. So, not that, like with my grandkids, not that I want them to know about these things now because they are so young, and I don't want them to grow up being scared and the boogeyman and all that. Like I did. I was um terrorized by the thought of a boogeyman. Of course that's all he was called, was boogeyman. Um and literally I was that was as a punishment. Um and I was terrorized by that growing up. That's probably why I'm not a big horror flick. I definitely like slasher films. They're not my favorite, and I know I've said this before. I know about a lot of them. All she walks, horror movies and slasher films and things like that, and of course I'd watch them with. And you know, that's how I know about all these movies. But for me personally, it's not something. It's not in my video collection. So, but how do you convey kids about Enderman, dude? And um, how do you convey kids about the Slender Man without giving them the nightmares that go? How are you supposed to say? Tell them to warn them about it, and then try to convince them it's true. And you know what I mean? Like nobody ever told me growing up that the boogie was not true. No one, not even my mother. You know, um, and that's what has me concerned about Slenderman starting to make a back. I, I mean, kids thought it was true. I don't know. That has a small concern for me. I don't want my grandkids to be terrorized by that. Really don't. I want to tell them, no, hey, this is my first thought. Hey, you're going to hear a story about a dude, Man. It's not true. Well, who is Slender Man? Well, what's so scary? No, don't worry about it. It's not true. My grandkids, that's not a good enough excuse. You've got to explain it all. And and that's partially my fault because I've always wanted them to question everything. Um, too nosy for their own good. How do you do that? So the Slender Man story is starting to make a slight comeback, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, how are we going to fight that one? Other than that, I love the cryptids. I love stories about all the cryptids. Some of them are way far fetched. I mean, way far fetched. It's like really six. Guess he sick man. If that's the case, then there's plenty of sticks in my yard and on my porch and stuff. How to come to life. Clean up their own. Really. But I like the stories of the cryptid, and and cryptids are anything from the Jersey Devil, um, the Bigfoot, Nessie, Champ, um, those are cryptids. Um, Wendigo, Skinwalkers, those are cryptids. Dogman's cryptid. And the like the Skinwalker and stuff. That's usually from Indian reservation stories. Um, Werewolf is a cryptid. I don't see how werewolf's a cryptid, but not Dracula. I don't get that. Um, the Mummy is not a cryptid. But I love the stories. Frankenstein is not a cryptid, but the werewolf is. Um, I'd like to know what their what the definition is of a cryptid, and how do they set the parameters on that? Nessie is a cryptid. Camp Lake Champlain is cryptid. Bigfoot is cryptid. Um, you know, and I think every state in the union has some sort of cryptids. In the Southwest, the West is skinwalkers, and now the Wendigos have made their name in the United States, which Wendigos are basically a Canadian cryptid. Um, and the Wendigos like the cold. So somebody who's in Central America who's talking about a Wendigo, I don't know, because the Wendigos like the cold. That's where the story originates. So they tend to get the region up there, but there's tons of stories up there. I don't listen to anything demonic at all because I don't play around the demon stuff at all. That's why I think The Exorcist, the original Exorcist, messes with me to this day. I will not watch it. I have tried to watch it. Um, the first time I was 10, and I watched the cut version, and it gave me nightmares for years. And then tried to watch the uncut version when I was 18. I didn't last 20. I couldn't do it. And of course, my friend Michelle's just watching like there was no problem. Only I think as I got older, by the time I was 18, um, that was based on real. Except for your, what it was based on, it took 14 years for the Exorcist, and it was a boy. It was not a girl. It was a young boy, and it took 14 years um, for this Exorcist. I finally saw the Exorcist in its entirety a few years ago. I didn't think it was that. It just messed with. Um, can't stand Tubular Bells to this day. Um, can't stand it. I freak out, and I don't play with that because I know when it comes to demonic stuff, um, it can happen, and so I don't even play. Now, for some reason, I can watch The Exorcist, Emily Rose. I've watched Exorcist 3, which I thought was fun. But the first one, I just can't. I just can't. I don't choose to watch those movies. Like I said, I watched them. I was watching them. Um, and like I said, Sarah, I watched the cut version when I was 10. I freaked myself out. I slept cross. Um, I prayed. I had a hard time sleeping. A long time. And of course, that came out, and everybody, like on the bus and everything, was talking about it. And I was like, I just couldn't get away from it then. And like I said, when I was 18, I'm trying to watch the uncut version. I didn't make it 20. I did not. Oh, how the hell can you? I couldn't do it. Could not do it. So I don't even listen to narrations. Um, I don't like listening to narrations of, you know, park ranger. I can park. Definitely not the EMT stuff, paramedic or stuff. I To me that some of that, I mean, it's actually to me it's stupid. Not that the actual cryptid stuff is stupid, but at least I know it's a, you know, I don't listen to stuff. If I'm gonna listen um to narrations, I want cryptid, you know. But now they've made so many different things into cryptid stories. It's like people have gone stupid uh, with it. They really have. Like, really, people, come on now. At least write something that sounds halfway normal. That's all I ask. Sounds halfway normal. That's all. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this because I am getting tired and still need to put up the dishwasher and I need to get to bed. Ow. Um, get some sleep. Got stuff that I gotta back and later. So I'm going ahead and go. There's a good night, Les. Nice chatting with you. Nice chatting with you too. I hope I want to thank everybody for coming in and participating. And I hope everyone has a great night, great day. Talk later. Bye.